Today we are going to learn about keys and key signatures and scales. So you're going to add 3 more keys. That is B flat major, E flat major, and A major. But before that, we're going to look at some terms and signs for today. And today is, we have some signs here, not terms. These are signs. And the one you see on the top left, which is a knot with a straight line on top, usually above or below the head of the knot, that knot is usually, that line is called tenuto. And it means give the knot slight pressure. You give it a slight pressure. So if it is on in singing, you just sing it a bit stronger. If it's on piano, you give it slightly more pressure. And then below it, we have staccatissimo. You remember staccato? Staccato was a dot on top of a knot. Staccatissimo is a wedge above or below the head. It should usually on the side of the head. That means that the knot should be very detached. So if you're playing in an instrument, that would sound like very short. And then we have staccato with a legato. I mean, the slur usually says play smoothly, connect them. Staccato means detached. So when they are put together, it means slightly separated. They are slightly separated. So instead of connected knots like, let me see, I need to save this and close. So if you're playing legato on a piano, that would sound like very connected. But staccato will be, now slightly separated will sound like just slightly separated, not very separated. And then if normal notes are like, then the slight pressure would sound like giving slight pressure. And then staccatissimo will be very brief. Very brief. And then we have the last one at the top, bottom right. We have this arrow facing up, usually on the side of the head. And these signs are usually put on the side of the head, not the stem of the knots. This is a strong accent. You remember accents were arrows facing right. These are strong accents. So it means you really press on those notes like very strong accents with strong emphasis. I hope those are clear. We have tenuto, slight pressure, and then staccatissimo, very detached, very brief. And then legato together with staccato means slightly separated, and then the strong accents are the arrows facing up or down towards the head of the knot. So we go to today's topic. We're going to learn about keys and scales. We're learning 3 new major keys and their scales. And then we're going to look at intervals, degrees of the scale. So these are the keys that we have done before, and I want one of you to help me identify these keys. So Anne Mokundi, kindly, what was the key that had 1 sharp?
F sharp.
Yeah, F sharp.
Yeah. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150
F was the sharpened. When you have a one sharp, usually it is F that is sharpened. But what is the key? The key, the major key that has one sharp, that is F sharp.
Yeah. G major.
G major. You're right. What about two sharps?
D major. D major.
D major, correct. One flat.
F major.
F major. No sharps, no flats.
C major.
Correct. That is what we did the other time. Thank you. Now, these are the new keys that we are going to learn in grade 2. 3 flats, 2 flats, and 3 sharps. So, 2 flats, that is B flat and E flat, are usually the key signature for B flat major. B flat major. In case you get trouble trying to identify the keys, usually you should remember that the last sharp is usually the leading note of the key. Remember the leading note, the T, the 7th of the scale. So if this sharp here, the last sharp here, which is the only sharp, is F sharp, then the key is G. Usually it's the space above the last sharp or the line above the last sharp. In the 2 sharps, you can see the last sharp is on C, so the key is D. C sharp leads to D. And then the flats, usually one flat is F, but when you have more than one flat, then the second last flat is usually your root, your tonic, your key. So usually they are written like zigzags. So you're reading from left to right, we have B flat, E flat, and A flat. And the key is the second last flat. So when we have 3 flats, B flat, E flat, A flat, then the second last flat is E flat. That is the key of that key signature. That's how you read that key signature. And then 2 flats here, so the second last flat is B flat. That is the key. So 2 flats is B flat. And then the sharps, as we said earlier, the last sharp is the 7th. That means if it's on a space, then the line that follows is the key. If it's on a line, then the space that follows is the key. So this is F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. So the key is A. A major. A major has F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. That is 3 sharps. So they are written in order. You don't just write them anyhow. You start with F sharp for the sharps, then to C sharp, and then G sharp. They have to follow that order. Flat. When you write flats, we write B flat first, and then E flat next, and then A flat. That is for 3 flats. That is the order. B, E, A. And then sharps is F, C, G. In case you forget and you need to identify them or to write them, then remember the sharps, the notes that are sharpened are usually fifths apart, and the flats are usually fourths apart. So that means if the first sharp is F sharp and you know it's F sharp, then count 5 from F. F, G, A, B, C. Then the next will be C sharp. And then from C sharp, from C, to get the next note to be sharpened, you count C, D, E, F, G. That is 5. C, D, E, F, G. That's the next note that's going to be sharpened, G. And then if you want to know the 4th sharp, then from G, count 5, including the G. G, A, B, C, D. So the key with 4 sharps will have a D sharp after G sharp. I hope that's making sense. When you're looking at the flats, they're usually in fourths. So the first is B flat. So to get the next flat, count 4 from B, B, C, D, E. and then E flat will come next. And then from E, count 4 again, E, F, G, A. And you know the next note to be flattened is going to be F flat. So Alice, tell me, if you're going to have 4 flats, which will be the next note to flatten? Please unmute. Following the same pattern, Alice. Alice ameenda kuosha vyombo. Evelyn. Evelyn.
Yes.
So which is going to be the next one to flatten?
Pardon, aki sikusikii vizuri.
Oh, so nilikuwa naongea kuhusu flats and sharps. And we said that did you hear what I was saying concerning the intervals, the pattern, the sequence of notes, and how they are sharpened and flattened?
Ni kusoma nasoma hapa.
So the pattern is, the sequence is, if we are doing sharps, then we do in fifths. If the first to sharpen is F, then if you want to know the next sharp, if you forget, then you count 5. F, G, A, B, C. Then the C will be the next sharp. Then if you want to know the next note to sharpen in the key signature, start from C, C, D, E, F, G. And then G will be the next sharp. So are you able to tell the next in sequence, the next note that you're going to sharpen?
G.
G is going to be the third one, and then after G?
G, A, B. Nimepotea.
Count
G.
5. The same way you count F, G, A, B, C, you get C. And then C, D, E, F, G, that is 5. Then you sharpen G. And then from G, how are we going to count?
G, E, F. F, A, B.
From G, how do you count? Count again. G is your 1.
G, F.
No, you're counting as you go, like ascending, not descending. Like F to G to A to B to C. Okay, what you're trying to see is how to know which sharps to write in the key signature. So you're given a blank paper and you're told to write the key signature with 3 sharps. And you've forgotten, you don't remember which notes you're supposed to sharpen. But you know the first one is F. The first one to sharpen is F. And you know that in order to know the next note to sharpen, you need to get a sequence of 5 fifths. So from F, count 5 upwards. F, G, A, B, C. So that is 5.
Oh.
That means the next sharp is C sharp. And then from C, again to get the next sharp, you count C, D, E, F, G. So the next sharp is a G sharp.
Okay.
So what's going to be the next sharp after G sharp if you are told to write 4 sharps following the same sequence?
4 sharps. C.
No, it can't be C. How did you get C?
From G, I've gone to A, B, then C.
How many are those?
Am I counting the G?
Yes.
So the G, the A, the B, and the C.
How many are those?
4
But we said
or 5
yes.
and D.
How did you get to B?
D, I'm saying D.
D, yeah. So which is going to be the next sharp?
The D.
D, yes. For 4 sharps will be D. And then for flats, we have interval of fourths, a sequence of fourths instead of fifths. So B is the first flat, B flat. So
B flat, okay.
to get the next flat, count 4. B, C, D, E. So E is the next flat. And then the next flat will be from E, F, G, A. That is 4. So if you're going to be having 4 flats, what's going to be the next flat?
From
The next flat
From
after A.
after A. So I'll count other 5.
No, for flats we count 4. For sharps it's when we count 5.
Okay, so it's going to be A, B, C, and then D.
Yes, it's going to be D flat, the 4th sharp. That's correct. That is how you write the key signature. That is how you know which key is flattened or sharpened next. Anne, are we
So
together?
you've said
I have said
umesema kwa flats una count 4, kwa hizi zingine una count 5.
yes, sharps ni 5, flats ni 4. Yeah.
Oh.
Anne, are we together in that?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah. I have a question.
Yes.
How do I get to know the first key so that I can count 4 and 5?
Okay, you just need to memorize the first one is F for the sharps. F for the sharps, and the first one is B flat for the flats. Then you can find the rest.
F for the sharp, okay.
Yeah.
And A for the flats.
No, B. B is the first one for the flats. You remember the key signature of F major is 1 flat, and it's usually on B flat. Yeah, that's the first flat.
Okay.
So just start from F sharp for sharps, start from B flat for flats. So tell me which the sharps that you're going to have in the key of B major. Okay, B major has five sharps. 5 sharps. So the first sharp, of course, is going to be F sharp. The second is C sharp. The third is G sharp. Tell me the 4th and the 5th sharp for a key signature of 5 sharps.
The first is F sharp. So you want me to tell you the second one?
The 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th.
Okay, the first is F. Second will be F, G, A, B, C. Second will be C. C, D, E, F, G. That will be G.
Correct.
Yeah.
The 4th and the 5th.
G, E, B, C, D. The 4th will be D.
And finally the 5th.
D, E, F, G. A should be A.
You're right. Now I think you got it. Alice, are we together?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Will you be able to tell me the 4th and the 5th flats?
The 4th and the 5th flats.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have B flat, E flat, F flat, and then?
Pardon? I didn't hear you.
So we have B flat as the first flat in a key signature of 1 flat. E flat is the next. F flat is the third, and then the 4th and the 5th, knowing that we have sequence of fourths. See if you can find the
So-
fourth and the fifth.
Okay. B is the first one, right? So B, 1, 2, 3, 4. E is the second one. 1, 2, 3, 4. A is the third one.
Correct.
D is the third one.
Fourth one.
Oh, the fourth one, yeah. 1, 2, 4. G is the fifth one.
Correct. You're right.
Yes.
That's it. That's how you get to know the flats and the shafts. And that is actually how you get to know if you're going to get questions in grade 2 where you're asked whether a key signature is written correctly. If that is not the order of the notes, then it's not correct. Okay, so here is one. Is the key signature below written correctly? So let's see. Alice, you can start. Is this the correct key signature for 3 sharps? That is A major.
Okay. So, you said sharps. I'm a flat.
Sharps. These are
Sharps,
sharps.
yes.
Yeah,
Sharps.
these are sharps.
Yeah. So the first one is F.
The
first one is F. The second one is F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C. The second one. The third one is G.
Yeah, I saw. Analyze this and see if it's correct.
Okay.
If these are the notes that you just said.
Okay, let's see. So this is treble clef. G. G. F. G. The first one is G, right?
The first sharp is
written
not
on G.
No, it's not written on G. How do you name the lines of the G clef? Or treble clef?
The lines.
Yeah.
Every good boy deserves fun.
You're starting from bottom or from top?
I'm starting from... Oh, I should start from top, right?
Bottom.
From bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. So E. E, the space is F. G. The line is G. Isn't the sharp on G?
No. Oh, you are looking at the second sharp.
Yes.
It's not on G, that's on A. It's on a space, it's not on a line.
Oh, it's on a space.
Yeah, and that is not
That's
the
really
first
wrong.
sharp. That is not the first sharp. You look for the first sharp from left to right. You read from left to right, not from bottom to top. So
Okay,
the
meaning?
first sharp is the one that is closest to the clef.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is A.
This is not A. How do you name the lines of the staff of the treble clef?
The lines.
Yeah.
Every good boy deserves fun.
So is it on every or good or boy or deserves or fun?
Okay. It's on... Is it the second line or the third? I'm not getting...
Okay, the
What
first
are you
sharp.
asking?
The first sharp. The first sharp that is closest to the clef. What note is it? Can you see it? I can. Are you able to see my cursor?
Yes. Yes, I'm seeing it.
This first sharp. Is
Oh,
it on?
that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. D.
That's a D sharp. That's the first sharp,
Yes.
D sharp.
Okay.
The next one?
The next one is E.
Mm,
Oh, so now I count from D sharp.
going to, no, the second one should be the next one after the first one. Like the clef is here, so the first one is the closest. The second one is the next one to the right.
Oh, okay.
The third one is the next one to the right. So you count from left to right.
Okay.
So the next one is after D sharp we have
After D sharp, we have A sharp.
A sharp, and then the last sharp
E sharp.
E sharp. Are those the sharps that you said we should? Is that the order of sharps that we should be having for the sharps?
No.
No. So this is not correct. The sharps are on D sharp, A sharp, and E sharp, which means this is not the correct key signature of A major. So this, you might be given this, and sometimes you might be tricked to think that this is bass clef. Because actually when we have 3 sharps on bass clef, this is how the sharps are going to be. Because on bass clef, then the first sharp would be F sharp. And the second one will be C sharp, and the other one will be G sharp. So sometimes you are given the clef and then the key signature as it would appear on a different clef, just to be tricked to see if you can recognize the clef.
Okay.
Yeah, so Evelyn, tell me if this is the correct key signature of B flat, 2 flats.
Yes.
Is this the correct key signature of B flat, 2 flats?
On treble.
Yeah. Why not?
Because the first flat is supposed to be on F.
Flat. No, the first flat is not supposed to be on F. Maybe sharps. The first sharp should be on F.
Oh, then flats.
Yeah.
Okay, the first. It's supposed to be on. A little bit.
Remember which is the key that has 1 flat?
F.
And where is the flat usually?
On B, I think so.
Yes, on B. That is the first flat.
Okay.
In every other key that has flats, more than 1 flat, then the first flat will always be B. So that's the first flat. Then from the first flat, then you count 4s to know which is the next flat.
So it's not correct.
This is not correct because the first flat is on C
Yes.
and the other one is on F, which is wrong. It should be B flat and E flat. What about this one?
It's correct.
First flat should be on which note?
The first one should be on B.
And this one is on?
Okay. Good. Oh, it's not correct.
It's not correct. But if this was a bass clef, then that would be correct. And that is the trick that you are given because you are used to seeing 1 flat on bass clef. So you might think this is correct when you look at it first time. Yeah, so you should be very careful to look at the clef. Okay, so and tell me if this is the correct key signature of G major, 1 sharp.
1 sharp, it should be it is not correct.
It's not correct because the sharp is on D. But if
The
this
sharp
was
is-
bass clef, then that would be correct key signature of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's the trick. Usually that's what you are tricked. So now let's look at the scales. And remember, as we're going to look at the scales, that the semitones in every major scale are found between the 3rd and 4th degree and between the 7th and 8th degree. So if I play a scale of C major, the semitones will be between the 3rd and 4th, 3, 4, and between the 7 and 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's the same for every key. It's the same for every key. 3rd and 4th degree, 7th and 8th degree. No matter the number of sharps or the flats, the semitones are usually between the 3rd and 4th, 7th and 8th. And then in the examples that you're going to use in the following slides, you're going to be having some square brackets, red in color, that are going to be reminding you where the semitones are. So, somebody tell me what is the key of the scale written below. Look at the notes that are flattened and tell me what is the key of this scale. Let's start with Alice.
Yes.
How many flats do you see?
3.
3. Look carefully. Are they really 3?
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Ni moja.
No. Which is the first flat?
The first flat is where? This line is E D D C. Is it C?
No, C is usually on a ledger line. Middle C is usually on a ledger line.
B.
Yes, this is B flat. Is that right?
And
what about the last one?
The last one is B flat.
So actually they are the same.
Mm.
So they are not 2 flats. The first and the last are not 2 flats. They are the same flat.
Oh, one. Okay.
Yeah. So what's the total
they
number
are
of flats? Exactly. These are 2 flats.
2.
Which is the other flat?
The other flat is E flat.
E flat. So we have B flat and E flat. So what is the key
Yes.
of this scale?
E flat and B flat. Oh. Is it
F major or B flat major or E flat major? Because those are the flats.
B?
Sorry?
B flat major.
Sorry?
Kuna B flat major, really?
Yes, B flat major. That's the key that we said has 2 flats. And then the 3 flats is E flat major. 3 sharps is the A major. Those are the 3 keys we are doing in grade 2, the 3 major keys. B flat major with 2 flats, E flat major with 3 flats, A major with 3 sharps.
E flat major with?
E flat has 3 flats.
3 flats, okay.
Yeah.
The last one?
A major, A for apple.
Okay, just A.
3 sharps, yeah. 3 sharps, yeah. Just A.
Okay, thank you.
So that is what we saw earlier. If you remember the first slides, let me go back Here. You remember this slide when we started? These are the new keys.
I had gone out kidogo.
Nilijua tulienda kupika mboga. Hii ni 3 flats, 2 flats na 3 sharps. So E flat major iko na 3 flats, B flat iko na 2 flats na A major iko na 3 sharps.
Okay.
So there we go. So this is B flat major because it has B flat and E flat, just as you said. So Evelyn, Evelyn, tell us what key this is.
This one is an E flat.
E flat because it has how many flats?
3 flats.
Sure. Now, when you're looking at a key that is a flat key, be careful that you don't interpret it wrongly. Look at the first and the last flat and see if they are the same or not.
The first
And the last flat. Because if a key is a flat key, then the first and the last note should be flattened because it's the same do, the same key. So the first flat is this one here. The first one is letter
it's a B.
B flat. What about the last one here?
The last one. It's also a B flat.
So actually they are not 2 flats. That is 1 flat.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So what's the key again?
An F.
F is 1 flat, but this one has another extra flat at the middle.
Oh, there are 2.
Yes.
So 2 flats. It's going to be D.
D for dog or B for boy?
D for dog.
No, D for dog is 2 sharps. 2 sharps. Not flats.
To be for a B. A B.
B flat.
Yes.
B flat, not B. B flat. You're right. B flat major. So what about this one? An
Okay. Yeah. Okay, you want to know how many flats?
Yes, how many flats?
Two.
2 flats. Good. So the key is
B flat major.
B flat major. Now this is descending. This is a descending scale, and the previous one was ascending.
Yeah.
You can see the difference between ascending scale and descending scale. Descending starts from the highest to the lowest, while ascending starts from the lowest to the highest. This is again the same key, but now descending on bass clef. Now, when we have key signatures, I want you to see carefully. When we have key signature, the key signature is here at the beginning. Then we don't have to put the flats on the notes, the accidentals. The key signature means that all the B's and all the E's are going to be flattened, so you don't need to write the accidentals. They're going to be unnecessary if you write them. And kindly note that the semitones are at the same places. In ascending scale, the third and the fourth you count from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where we have the semitone, 5, 6, and between the 7th and the 8th. When you have a descending scale, you don't start from 1. If you want to start from 1, then you will start from the last note. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is where we have a semitone. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's where we have a semitone. So when you're having a descending scale, make sure you're counting from the bottom note to the top note, not from the first to the last, in order to know the 3rd, 4th, and the 7th and 8th, so that you know where the semitones are kept. So whenever you're having a key that is a flat, remember the first flat and the last flat are usually 1 flat. They are 1 flat, not 2. So this is E flat and E flat at the end, that is 1 flat. And then we have A flat and B flat. So these are 3 flats. And so this is it's E flat major, because it has 3 flats. The same thing here, but now on a bass clef. And then this is on our descending scale of the same key, E flat. It has 3 flats. The first and the last is 1 flat, and then 2 more flats here in the middle. So we have B flat, E flat, and A flat. And then if you want to get this question correctly in any exam, make sure you write them down. And sometimes you can be given a note, a key that has a flat, and then the last note is written without a flat, and you're told to identify which note is not correct. So anytime you're given a key that has a flat, then make sure the first and the last have flats, and it's counted as 1 flat. And then we have the same descending scale, but now on a bass clef. And again, when we have the key signature, please note that you don't need to add any accidental at the middle and on the notes, before the notes, in front of the notes. You don't need any other accidentals. The key signature stands in for all the flats or sharps that are going to be used. Now, let me see if Alice can get this correctly. Alice, what key is this? You can unmute.
Yes, yes.
Which key is this? Look at the number of sharps.
Okay. E.
How many sharps can you see? How many sharps? Remember, this one you're not asked if it's written correctly. Obviously the sharps are at the right place, so you just need to identify the number of sharps
3.
and then know the key. Yeah, 3 sharps. So what is the key?
3 sharps, that is A major.
A major, you're right. F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp are the notes. This is the same thing, but now on a bass clef. And then this is the same thing, but descending on the treble clef. And then we have the same thing descending on the bass clef. I advise you to download the PDF of this. I'll send to you. And then you get to look at them. It's good to see how descending looks like, how ascending looks like, how to get the 3rd and 4th degree, the 7th and 8th degree when it's descending and ascending. And then again, just as I said earlier, when we have a key signature, then you don't need to write the accidentals on the notes. Now, this F here is sharp because it's shown the key signature. You don't have to sharpen. It will be unnecessary to sharpen. Now I want us to look at this one, and I'm going to ask Evelyn, what is the letter name of the 6th degree of A major? Evelyn?
Yes.
What is the letter name of the 6th degree of A major? Mm-hmm.
F.
Good, you got it right. But you forgot to look at the key signature to see if that F is sharpened or not.
Let me see. It's the treble clef.
No, this is bass
No,
clef.
the bass clef.
Mm-hmm.
So the sharpened ones. Or
So, what are the sharps that are there? We have F sharp,
sharp.
the
F sharp.
sharps, F sharp and
And let's see.
all cows eat grass.
Okay. E. E sharp.
All cows. You're counting all cows. You're counting from top. You should count from bottom.
Okay. So it's all cows. So the C is also
Yeah, F sharp, C sharp, and
all cows. All cows eat grass. The G sharp.
G sharp. So anytime you have F, C, or G in A major, they are usually sharps. So when I asked what is the letter name of the sixth degree, you said F. But in A major, we don't have A, F natural. Because the key signature dictates that all Fs should be sharpened. So the sixth degree is F sharp.
F sharp.
This note here, and it's F sharp. If we did not have the key signature, then we would put a sharp before this F.
No. Oh, because they are placed on the front.
Yes. Makes sense?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So, Anne Mokundi, what is the letter name of the seventh degree of A major?
E. E sharp.
E sharp. This is bass clef.
Yeah.
How do you say the lines and spaces for bass clef? It seems you are using for.
It's G sharp. Sorry.
Yes, it's G sharp. You're right, because it's sharpened on the key signature. Okay. What about the fourth degree, Anne?
D sharp.
This is bass clef.
D sharp.
Is it sharpened on the key signature? Is that
No, it's a D.
D natural? Yes, it's a D natural. You're right. Okay, let's see, Alice. What is the letter name of the third degree of A major?
1, 2, 3. E.
Third degree.
A major.
No, A major. This is A major, scale of A major. I have put the scale here so that it helps you to find the third degree. So count to the third degree and tell me what is the letter name.
E.
How do you say the lines on spaces of bass clef?
Spaces, all cows eat grass.
All cows eat. So I think you are counting from top instead of counting from bottom.
So
Are you counting like all cows eat grass going downwards?
no, upwards. Oh, it's C.
Yes. This is C. Is the key signature telling you that C should be sharpened?
Yes.
So it's not C.
C sharp.
Yes, it's C sharp.
Yes, C sharp.
That's usually what you're going to be tested in the exam.
Okay.
To know if you can tell which notes are sharpened and which notes are flattened in a key signature. So tell me again, what is the letter name of the fourth degree of E flat major?
The fourth degree.
Mm-hmm.
A flat.
F flat. You're right. This is F flat. What about the next one? Fifth degree of E flat major.
Okay. B flat.
B flat. You're right, because the key signature has B flat. I hope we are moving together. So this last one, what is the second degree of E flat major?
That is F.
F natural. You're right. It is F natural. Okay, so Evelyn, tell me the seventh degree of E flat major.
Yes?
Seventh degree of E flat major.
The second.
Mm-hmm.
D.
D natural. You're right. What about the fourth degree of B flat major? Yeah.
Okay, let me see. It's let me see, 1, 2. E.
E flat. You're right, because you have a flat at the key signature. So these are some of the questions that you are tested, just to for the examiner to know if you know which notes are sharpened and which notes are flattened on the key signature. And that's it for today. I hope you understood this. I'm going to prepare a quiz and send to you so that you test yourself whether you have understood everything that we have covered. Do we have any question?